Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Joe Biggs with Infowars.com, and today we had a unfortunate event take place in Alexandria, Virginia. There was a practice baseball game full of congressmen getting ready for a charitable event that was going to be happening in the next day or so. And what happened? All hell broke loose when a guy who was essentially MK Ultra'd by the leftist media, the same people that are spinning the same fake narrative, false narrative, Trump-Russia story. The same ones that said Hillary Clinton was going to win, that Donald Trump couldn't do it, he didn't have a chance. The same media that completely ignores the violence of Antifa. The same media that had their own decapitate President Trump. The same media that sits back and does nothing to disavow the acts play in New York that assassinates Donald Trump. The same kind of people that run Facebook and Twitter and allow its users to openly discuss beheading, assassinating, doing anything they can to kill Trump and other members of the Republican Party. We're at a pivotal point right now in history, everybody. And it's at a point where they're willing to listen to these conspiracy theories. They're literally willing to be brainwashed that they're going to go out and pick up arms. They're going to go out and try to kill us because of our political views. Now, I know a lot of you might not remember this, or some of you probably forgotten. It's been a while. But remember in Roseburg, Oregon, at the Umpqua Community College, the ISIS terrorists that stormed in on campus went around asking people what religion they were. And those who didn't say Muslim were mowed down. This guy today, the 66-year-old man, showed up to a baseball game trying to find out who was Republican. His name was James C. Hodgkinson out of Belleville, Illinois. He died in the hospital after being shot at by police. Hodgkinson campaigned for Bernie Sanders to win the Democratic convention, or the nomination, and to move on to become the president of the United States. Instead of being mad at Hillary Clinton, the candidate who clearly stole that nomination from Bernie Sanders, the same lady who was careless with emails, was careless with everything she's ever encountered in her entire life, who was the most scandalous and corrupt person in politics and history, he decides to go after the bad guy that was created by the media. The same media that says that he's literally Hitler, that he's going to round people up and deport them all and separate families, completely ignoring the fact that he wants to secure the border and keep people like ISIS from coming in and murdering us. We've seen what's happening in Europe. We're seeing what's happening in London almost every day, in Paris and in Belgium. Yet we ignore that. We ignore what's happening in Germany. And we go, oh no, this is America. It's not going to happen here. This is a land of tolerance. We coexist here. Terrorism isn't going to come. Completely ignoring Roseburg. Completely ignoring the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando. Completely ignoring San Bernardino or Chattanooga, so forth and so on. This guy was brainwashed. This guy got so angry that he was willing to go and shoot at people because of their political beliefs. There's a war going on. And this is an intense time to be alive. You know, I saw one of the most repulsive things today. Newt Gingrich was being interviewed on Fox News by one of these blonde anchors. I don't even know her name. And he goes, look, we saw Kathy Griffin beheading Trump. We saw the play in New York where they assassinate Donald Trump. We look at Facebook, we look at Twitter that allow its users to openly discuss assassinating Donald Trump and members of the GOP. And yet nothing is ever done to these individuals. The left is aligning with ISIS. When you see a terrorist come in and ask people what religion they are and assassinate them if it isn't their religion, and you see someone on the left going into a baseball game and asking who's a Republican or who's a Democrat and shooting Republicans, there is an alignment happening right now between radical Islam and the Democratic Party. And people on the Hill are, well, today gun violence is at an all-time high. Really? Because look at this. It's not shooting anybody. It's an empty magazine. I can't shoot anything. Right now, it's just a paperweight. Right now, it's just a tool, an unused tool. It only becomes a violent tool of instrument when a person with bad intention goes, puts the bullets into the magazine, loads that up, cocks it back, and then sprays. Still, you don't blame the gun. You blame that individual with ill intent who was pulling the trigger with intent to do harm, to inflict as much pain, to murder as many people. The media is to blame for this. The media is to blame for this for lying. The media is to blame for covering it up and not talking about the real issues. It's a sad day in America to see something like this. Stay tuned for more reports at Infowars.com. I'm Joe Biggs.
You think our information's hardcore? You think our focus is brutal? Try our nutraceuticals. Try our supplements. We've taken Brain Force and made it Brain Force Plus. Now with 20% more in the bottle and an even more hardcore formula. You owe it to yourself to get these products. They really have worked for myself, my family. They have 5-star reviews by the thousands. Secure your Brain Force Plus today at InfoWarsLife.com. Now 20% stronger. Again, InfoWarsLife.com.